What yet, ladies and gentlemen, Like Goes here, and today I'm going to be talking about my insanely overpowered endgame build. Now, before we get into any specifics, I'm going to be giving you a little demonstration of just how powerful this build is. Now let's test our build against a cyber psycho. Now, as you guys can see, this build is absolutely insane. It just destroys absolutely everything. Now, this is an in-game build, so I am level 50. I have absolutely insanely overpowered weapons. But if you're lower level and you're trying to improve your build, this video should definitely help you out as well. Now, let's start out by talking about the actual build itself. As you can see, I have 18 in reflex, 18 in technical ability, 18 in cool, only 6 in intelligence, and just 11 in body. So I'm going to start off by showing you the important perks for getting that insane damage with the sniper rifle. This is a very important one. Long shot, rifle and submachine gun damage increases the farther you are located from enemies. Deal 25% more damage with rifles and submachine guns to enemies whose health is above 50%. This one adds some extra headshot damage for you. This one adds extra crit damage. And the other really important ones are in the stealth tree and then the cold blood tree. Increases damage from headshots fired from outside of combat by 50%. This one is very important. Deal 15% more damage to humans. And then with the cold blood tree, you've got the extra 50% damage from headshots. So basically you're going for anything that boosts rifle damage and headshot damage. Now let's go a little more in depth. One of the most important being the technical ability, because without that you cannot craft the legendaries that you're going to need to craft. There's also a couple of perks here in engineering which will really help out your damage. Tech weapon charge time is reduced, and fully charged tech weapons deal 50% more damage. Tech weapons are some of the strongest weapons in the game. So if you guys want, you can pause the video here and just have a look at all the perks that I have. My assault perks, handgun perks, and blades. And the crazy thing is, guys, is that this build is not even done yet. I'm still in the process of getting all the perk points that I need to unlock everything that I want. And I mean, it is incredibly overpowered as it is, so I really don't need to improve it anymore, but this build could actually be improved from where it is. But for the most part, I focused on anything that gives me increased damage, increased crit damage, increased headshot damage. Especially headshot damage is incredibly good. You saw the headshots that the tech sniper rifle was getting, and that is just mind-blowing how much damage that does. I think that one of the shots there did 1.4 million damage, something like that. The blades as well, you guys seen how devastating the katana was. I use the katana and the Manda's blades on a regular basis. They're incredibly good weapons. And also I have a lot of survivability when I'm using blades as well. Like this perk here, while wielding a blade, defeating an enemy restores 20% health and increases movement speed by 30%. You need to have 18 in reflexes in order to get that one, but that is so powerful. And then basically, like I was saying, anything that increases my survivability, and especially anything that increases my damage, that's what I'm going for. And again, as powerful as this build is, it's still not complete. Now, another crucial aspect of this build is the cool attribute. Cold Blood in particular is incredibly powerful. So many good perks in this. Helps at your survivability a ton, such as this one here, increase health regen inside and outside of combat by 100% per stack of Cold Blood. Excellent perk. So again, you guys can have a look at the build that I have here. Just have a look where I put my perk points. There's also some incredibly good perks in the stealth tree as well. Also some good survivability in this tree as well. When your health drops below 50%, reduce all incoming damage by 50% for 10 seconds. Turns out you need very little intelligence to be overpowered in this game. In all seriousness though, you can make some very powerful builds with intelligence, but for this particular build you don't need very much at all. Really the only useful thing in intelligence, in my opinion, as far as this build goes, is the I Spy perk, which allows you to see net runners. Other than that, I have a few in body, but really the only reason that I use this is for the extra carry capacity and then a little bit of extra survivability. You could easily put a couple extra points in reflexes and a couple extra points in cool if you didn't want to go with 11 in body. Bringing reflexes or cool up to 20 can actually get you some really good perks as well. Now I do have a separate video that will show you how to get the tech sniper rifle. That's the weapon that was doing the absolute insane damage at the beginning of the video, so you guys can check that out. I will link it at the end of this video. I won't be showing you where to get all these weapons. There are tons of videos out there on all of these weapons. I will tell you the names of the weapons that I like the most, and if you guys want me to do videos on each individual weapon, just let me know down in the comments. So some of the really incredibly powerful weapons in the game are Comrade's Hammer, insane weapon. The legendary Smart Sniper Rifle, this thing is absolutely crazy. The Widowmaker, the tech weapons in the game are particularly powerful because you can see enemies through objects and you can shoot enemies through objects as well, and they do a ton of damage. In addition to those weapons, you have Divided We Stand. That's the tech assault rifle that you saw me using. Then you got the Breakthrough, the tech sniper rifle, Overwatch, incredibly powerful sniper rifle. And a weapon that I haven't been using too much lately is Skippy, but it is also another very powerful weapon. The last weapon that I want to talk about is the Satori Katana. This weapon is so good because it has crazy crit damage. This weapon can be found at the end of the first chapter, and you get it at the top of the Arasaka building. I'll try not to spoil anything if you haven't gotten to that point yet, but during that mission you can actually go up to the roof, up to the helipad that's up there, and it'll be there. If you're past that point in the story, there's actually a glitch that you can use to get back into the building and go up to the top to get the katana. I won't be going over the glitch to get to this katana in this video, but you can very easily find a video for this. Now we're very quickly going to touch on armor. There's really only two things that I want to say about armor, and that is when you come across a legendary piece of armor, you just got to make sure that you get as many mod slots on it as you possibly can. So basically all you do is just save your game and then reload until you get 3 or 4 mod slots. So the reason why the amount of mod slots is so important on your piece of armor is because the mods that you're putting in your armor is the biggest factor that makes your armor super overpowered. For instance, the Armadillo mod can add a crazy amount of armor to your build, and if you can get up to the point where you have 6, 7, 8,000 armor, you're going to be incredibly difficult to take out. There are a couple pieces of cyberware I would recommend. One of them is the Sandevistan, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but basically what it does is slows time for 16 seconds, and it actually increases your damage as well. The Smart Link basically just allows you to be able to use the full capabilities of smart weapons. And then there's one other thing that I want to talk about, which is a mod that you put in the optic slot, which is this one right here, the Trajectory Analysis. You get this from the very first Ripper Doc, Victor. And by the way, if you don't know about this, every Ripper Doc has a trade tab up here. So I'm not sure if he offers this right from the very beginning, but eventually he will offer it. It is quite expensive, so you're going to want to save up for it. But this thing is a very good addition to any build. So that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any tips of your own, feel free to let me know down in the comments. If you found this video helpful, feel free to give it a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later, everyone.